Standing on the top now. No, nothing can move you.
All right, it is election day here in New York City. Welcome to another episode of the Bobby Brown Show. I'm your host, Bobby Brown, formerly known as Bob TV. And yes, today is the big day to get out and elect these mayors here in New York City and mayors all across the country. And we have a three-man race, really supposed to be a two-man race, but you got so many cocky, arrogant, condescending, entitled politicians that just think they're the savior of New York City or the savior of, you just put in your city. They actually think they're the savior, like their policies is going to be what saved New York. Here we got a battle. We had a battle between Cuomo and a couple of Democrats on the debate stage for the Democratic primaries, and Cuomo shockingly get his butt whooped by an virtually unknown former state assemblyman, Zohar Mamdani, with his great policies, great proposals. I call it lollipop candy because it tastes good, it looks good, but it may not be good for your teeth. And Mamdani got some great ideas, and I wish he could make these things come true on behalf of the American people. But it will be a challenge. It's not going to be easy, but hats off to him. And I like Curtis Sliwa. Sliwa is the founder of a organization I always wanted to be part of when I was a kid, the Guardian Angels. He's a staple here in New York City, a real, true ride or die New York City staple amongst the people. And, he got his little issues also. He can tend to be on the more pro-police side and pro-safety of the city using more police forces. And then we got Governor Cuomo, who should not be running at all because he lost his race against Mamdani. Mamdani spanked him, but because that ruined his chance of having a comeback, winning the mayorship, standing as mayor for a few years, hoping that this will catapult him back in the limelight to possibly be a sure run for the president of the United States. We got too many people just dreaming. AOC, Andrew Cuomo, Tucker Carlson, all these people just figure that, hey, I'm the guy, I'm the girl, I'm the guy, I'm next in line, and I have a chance. You ain't got a chance. Most American people don't like none of you politicians. I mean, if you feel like me, I don't like you, I don't trust you, I just don't. You're going to have to really convince me for my vote because I'm not a slut voter. I don't just give my vote out because you're a Democratic or a Republican. I'm looking at you and look at what you've done in the past, what you're doing now, and your plans for the future. And if I like it, I don't care who you are. Republican, Democrat, red, yellow, black, or white. I don't care who you are. You can earn my vote, but you got to show me something. You can't tell me. You got to show me. And Mamdani is just telling me, but he's not showing me how he did it in city council, what template you used to make this happen. So anyway, so I'm on Twitter. I go get my vote in and, I do my little Barack Obama. I'm here to vote. Got Sasha, Malia, Michelle, Bo, Joe, Mo, Larry, Curly, and a couple of hoes. And we're out here, flipping the ballot because democracy is on the ballot, doing that thing. Well, I go on YouTube, and this is some of the crap that I have to see on YouTube. All right, so I'm over here on the YouTubes and just opened my new account. My Bob TV account got shut down, so go check me out at the BBS NYC at Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, at the BBS NYC, the Bobby Brown Show, New York City. And, so I'm seeing people up here talking about this Cuomo issue. So, you can just go anywhere on the homepage and you got people complaining about the ballots. And let me show you one of the complaints about the ballot. I think I did retweet some of them. And people wondering what's going on with the ballots. Here we go. All right, so Elon Musk tweeted this up. He said the New York City ballot form is a scam. First of all, dude, you're not from America, so shut the hell up. Just shut it up. You're a South African, a de Kirk South African, so you have nothing to do with this. You don't live in New York, so you don't know how the New York ballot looks. Everybody's ballot is not the same. And if I can open this ballot, let me see if I can zoom in. All right, so Look at this. This is a normal New York ballot. This is how my ballot was. Eric Adams is still on the ballot. You got Curtis Silwa. Nobody's saying anything about this. So let's go back to what Elon Musk said. It's a scam. And then you got this guy named Isaac Saul. He said, NYC doesn't have voter ID laws. Yes, we do, you idiot. Yes, we do. You probably stay somewhere in Wyoming, Montana somewhere, and you're trying to tell people what New York don't have. Let me see where you from. Let me see what set you claim. Let me see. Saul, Isaac Saul, Tango News, founder of Tango News, going to war with partisan media. You're from Philadelphia, dude. How you going to say that about New York? Let me go back to what it said here. Number 2, in New York, the state, multiple parties can endorse the same candidate. Yes, multiple party can do that in any state. Some can appear multiple times. Silwa, Republican, is also listed twice, too. Eric Adams is on the ballot because he dropped out too late. Cuomo. So he's right on that. You know, I'm not going to tear into Saul saying we don't have voter ID laws. We do have voter ID laws. But yeah, these ballots are pretty much done deal. After the primaries is over and we selected our candidate, you have a certain amount of time to run as an independent. And you have to get a certain amount of registers or signatures to run as an independent. And it'll be better if you run under an independent name or independent party versus just running as an independent. So Cuomo, after he got his butt spanked by Zohan Mandani, he goes in to put in for a petition to run as independent. Why? I don't know. Oh, I know why. Because he's an egotistical maniac. I'm trying to bite my tongue. He's an egotistical maniac, prideful, cocky, arrogant, narcissist. He's no different from Donald Trump. That's why they gel great. That's why Donald Trump is pushing him to win. Now, if you see here, every Democrat, mostly when they run, if they're running outside the traditional database of the Democratic Party, they're going to run under some kind of name like Our Revolution, brand new Congress, or back in the day, Justice Democrat. Is organizations that will help them run for office, because the DMC usually have their pick of who they want to run, but they can't sideline and hog up on the voter rolls. So if I want to run as a Democrat, even though I'm part of another party like the Workers' Family Party, which Tish James ran on the Workers' Family Party, and she ended up being on the Democratic ticket too. That's just how it is in New York City. You'll see Andrew Cuomo under the Fight and Deliver Party. Why he's not under Democratic? Because he lost under the Democratic moniker. He lost. He cannot be on a Democratic ticket. He has to be under the independent ticket, where he come up with a name or found one of the most bootleg, never heard of this in New York, organizations. He couldn't do it under the Working Family Party because Zohan, as you see right here, started off working under the Workers' Family Party. He was being promoted and pushed by the Workers' Family Party to give him traction in the Democratic Party. That's what the Democratic Party too do. They have organizations or organizing organization that will pick you, choose you to run for office and try to push you across that line in the primary so you can run as a Democratic. You're not going to run as an independent under the Workers' Family Party. You're actually going to run as a same thing with the DSS, the Democratic Socialist Party. You're going to run under the Democratic Party as a sub-party. At the end of the day, if you win the nomination, that name is going to be there, but it's still under, but you're going to run as a Democratic too. Now, everybody's saying that, look, this is their way of cheating. You get to vote twice. You can't vote twice. You only can do one bubble, man. The machine is going to reject you if you do too many bubbles on one line. And if anything, this put the favor in Curtis Silwa and even put the favor in Governor Cuomo because he only had one slot. There can be no splitting of Andrew Cuomo's vote. It can't trick somebody to vote for Andrew Cuomo 3-4 times by having 3-4 slots. There's 2 slots for Zohan, the Democratic slot, and the Worker Family slot. You're not going to get people to understand that, hey, we need you to not vote under Workers' Family. We need you to vote under Democrat. Because if you vote under Workers' Family and we got people voting under Democratic, it is splitting the Zohan vote. So how in the hell you guys can sit there and say, this is rigging, this is cheating, Republicans, Democrat numbnuts, MAGA? How are you going to... Elon Musk, you're supposed to be the most intelligent man with all the money that you pretty much got from welfare from the federal government. You didn't earn this money on your own. You got this money from the people, and you have took you've done nothing to pay the people back. Now, I'm not going to get into that. But anyway, as you can see right here, this is not actually cheating. This is actually a possibility of Zohan Mandani losing, because if Zohan didn't get the message out in the public media that, hey, when you go vote, don't vote under anything for me but Democrat. And so you got to understand the head of elections are all in the favor or in the pocket of Andrew Cuomo. So them not telling people, not Xing it out, not telling people not to vote under Workers' Family Party, which is really Zohan's responsibility. It's not the election department's responsibility to let the people know how to vote. They can't teach classes how to vote. That is up to the candidate. If you up there twice and you did not go around telling your constituents, hey, there's only one vote for me, and that's under Democratic. That is not under Workers' Family Party. That's not under the Democratic Socialist Party. It's under Democrat. When you go vote, check Democrat Zohan Kwame Mandani. Boy, the African name. Zohan Kwame Mandani. Because if you don't, you get a chance of this vote split. And this goes in the favor of Andrew Cuomo, which only have one slot to check. Then, of course, you got the city councilman. You got Jumaane Williams, who also under the Workers' Family Party. He's under Democrat. He's splitting his own vote because he probably didn't go around to educate people and say, hey, only check one. Same thing with Gonzalo Duran. Multiple slots to vote. It's going to kill your campaign. Now, of course, most of these people are running pretty much neck and neck. Gonzalo is a Republican. He's running under two monikers. You hear that, MAGA? It's not just a Democratic with two slots. This is just how it is in New York City. When you run for office, and it is nationwide too, when you run for office, the Democratic Party usually have their select person that they want to run. I don't care if it's on local level, state level, or international level. They have their choices. Case in point, the race in Florida between disgraced mayor, forgot the brother name, that got caught up with the white dudes in the hotel, butt ball naked, butt in the air with drugs. He was running against Governor Bob Graham's daughter. Governor Bob Graham is a Florida legendary family name like the Cuomos, and the Democratic Party wanted to support her. They did not want to support Andrew Gilliam. They lent no support to Andrew Gilliam. They could care less about him. They tried to dry him out from the database. They tried to dry him out of funding, but Our Revolution came and picked him up, just as Democrat came and picked him up, and he began to run under those two monikers in the Democratic Party. So, of course, when it comes to him beating Bob's granddaughter, and he started to run for governor against Ron DeSantis, of course, you might see two names on the Florida ticket. Not brand new Congress, but Our Revolution and the Democratic ticket. It's not cheating. It's just how the way it is. You can run under a sub name and beat the Democratic challenger, the hand-picked Democratic challenger, or the hand-picked Democrat, or the hand-picked Republican challenger. You can beat them, but now you got to run as a Democrat. But that doesn't take your winning under that particular SIR party name. That's not going to be removed off the ballot. That's why it's up to you to get there, get on TV or whatever, or on talk shows, whatever, and remind the constituents, hey, I'm running for office. Focus on the ballot. The ballot may have me up there 1, 2, or 3 times. Do not split this by voting whichever one you think is comfortable for you or what you did the last time. Make sure you vote for me under Democrat. Make sure you vote for me under Republican, or make sure you vote for me under Independent. I'm not a fan of Cuomo. That guy clapped fannies and killed grannies. But if he was running under the Democratic Party and running under the Workers' Family Party, it'll be the same thing. So no, Elon Musk, stop with your bull crap. That's not how it is in New York City at all. And Isaac Soul, I was about to get on him, but he rightfully brings this up. Eric Adams is on the ballot because he dropped out too late. Cuomo is on the ballot because he entered too late because he lost the primary. And that's why he's up there on the ballot under a ticket. He's not going to be under the ballot as a Democrat because he's not a Democrat. I mean, he didn't win as a Democrat. And the only reason he run in as an independent is because he had to file for it. He had to get the petition for it. He had to run up on an independent name. That's why you see him one time. Okay? Now, going forward, I'm seeing all these things, how these numbnuts don't understand how politics work. Christopher Cuomo rightfully said it, and I'm not a fan of Chris. This is not true. My brother is on the third party line. Yes, he's on the third party line because he got his butt whooped on the Democratic Party line. And instead of doing what Democrats always do, he's going to mount an insurgent campaign. He's going to mount a hijacking. He's going to do what they call split the vote. He's going to do what they call, I can't think of the name. But yeah, he's running on the third party line. This is how the ballot always is. The election does not have to be rigged, even though the chance of it being rigged is by putting multiple names up there. That rigs the election in the favor of the person who had one name. And as Cuomo really has a favor to win if all his voters focus on him, and Zohan can lose this race, and it would be his fault because his voters are scattered by voting for him under Democrat or Workers' Family Party. Again, you can't vote both numbnut Republicans, MAGA, or Elon Musty, tether soldiers. You can't vote for both. You check twice on one line, that ballot is going to get rejected. It's not even going to work. And you may get in trouble for doing that. So no, they're not doing that in New York. So you can stop that crap right there. Now, of course, people up here making their statements, here's no, of course, me, I say, no, that's for those who vote for Cuomo. Somebody made a statement that this is accurate. New York City resident lining to vote up for Mandami. So, of course, I don't take sides. I had to let them know, no, that's for those who vote for Cuomo. If you sitting up there voting for Cuomo knowing he killed somebody's grandmother and grandfather with his bad decisions of housing COVID victims with the elderly, you're a clown. You're a clown if you know this man be clapping fannies and killing grannies, and you still decide to vote for this guy. This guy who made sure that the possibility of a doctor who was trying to get over to the Trump administration during his first term, this is what we're using to help people beat COVID in the early stages. This is what I'm doing to keep them from going to the hospital. This is what I'm doing from keeping them from taking up the machines, the incubator, whatever they call it, the machines to keep them alive. This is what I'm doing to keep people out of the hospital. They are beating COVID within 5 to 7 days by taking this protocol. It's not a cure, but it is a treatment that helped them beat it. This is available. Cuomo tried it. He tried one element of the regimen in ICU under extreme conditions and saw that it didn't work. Of course, it's not going to work, you idiot. It's for early treatment, you idiot. And you are the reason why a lot of people died. You and Trump. Trump, because he didn't close the borders. I mean, he didn't close the borders to keep people from coming in that could spread this. Trump is at fault for that. But you're at fault for the multiple thousands of people who died because you denied them an opportunity to get any kind of medical treatment when there was none at all that was being touted, no vaccine. Anything would have helped. You even denied the opportunity for doctors to be able to prescribe this regimen just to see if it worked, just to give them opportunity to say, hey, let's try this out. It may work for you, may not work for you. All I know is I talked to a doctor friend of mine in New Rochelle. They had a rash of COVID going on. People were dropping dead like flies, but he discovered his regimen and started giving it to the people in his community, and a lot of them survived and beat COVID within 5 to 7 days. It's not a cure, but it is treatment. It may or may not work for you. So no, his bad decision. Why would I vote? And I will clown you if you sit there and vote for a man who has in disgrace, had to step down because he was going to get impeached. And he mad because Trump wouldn't be like him. He was going to get impeached, and his career for his running for president would be a done deal if he got impeached and got convicted. So he stepped down. And of course, they're going to get a board of people that's in favor of him to say we don't find any wrongdoing. Of course, you're going to say that because you're in the pocket of the Cuomos. And Cuomo may have a future of running for president through running for mayor. And you guys may get opportunity to be in his cabinet. Kind of like what Trump did. How do you think we got Kash Patel? These guys went to bat for Trump. They went to defend Trump and won a lot of cases, not all. As a result of that, Trump rewarded them. And Cuomo, that's just what you do. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. So I can go through all these things, No ID is required. Other mayoral candidates appear twice. Cuomo name is last at the bottom right. This is Elon Musk and his is idiot thinking. I just went vote, guys. I live in one of the biggest complexes in the United States. We're so big, we got our own zip code. We're so big, we got our own police department. We got our own fire department. That's how big this community is. So I go to one place to vote and they tell me, hey, they looked at my ID. They matched me up with the voter rolls to see if I am eligible. My ID was not enough for me to vote at that particular location. My ID was enough to verify that I was in the wrong location. And she told me where I needed to go to vote. And that's what I did. So for you to sit here and say that no ID is required is a lie. You're a liar, Elon Musk. You are a liar. If you don't live in New York City and you don't know how politics is run, just shut up. Shut it. ID is required. A driver's license is required. Or a New York City ID is required. Or some kind of ID is required, but they prefer driver's license or any kind of state ID. It is required. They needed to match your address with the name on the roll and the address on the roll. Once they confirm that, you idiot, then they'll give you the card. They have to show it to you on the tablet and say, is this you? That's what she did to me. She said, okay, then you're at the wrong location. You have to go to this location to vote. You can't vote here. If it was that simple and I didn't need an ID to vote, I could just walk in there and they'll give me a paper card to go vote. It don't work like that, numbnuts. New York, you have to have an ID and they're going to vet you and they're going to check you. And if you're in the wrong place, you're in the wrong place. If you got kicked off the voter rolls, they're going to say, hey, you got kicked off the voter rolls. Whatever. They're going to point you in the right direction, but it starts with your freaking ID, Elon Musk. And yeah, Cuomo name is in the bottom right because Cuomo registered early. He registered late in the race. He lost. They already had the candidates that's supposed to be running. It only supposed to be Zohan and Sliwa, nobody else. Eric Adams did ahead of time put in for him to run as an independent. He did it ahead of time because he knew he couldn't run in the Democratic Party because they was going to railroad him and sham him anyway. So he was smart enough to run as independent, but he let Cuomo punk him out and tell him to drop out of the race when this guy lost. He's a loser. He lost. And y'all got the nerves to let that loser try to control the race and tell Sliwa to drop out, tell Eric Adams to drop out because I got to stop Mandami. The nerves of this dude. You are a loser. If you don't go sit your losing self behind down somewhere, you're trying to hijack this campaign. You're trying to be a spoiler. I don't want to hear nothing from no Democrat talking about, oh, they're a spoiler. Your boy, Andrew Cuomo, Andy C. Andy is a spoiler. He's trying to hijack this and got the nerves to tell the winning Republican that you have no chance with Republicans. And Republicans should vote for me to stop Mandani. Dude, you're pathetic, Cuomo. You're pathetic. But before we go into anything, hey, Dick Cheney died today. How do I feel about it? I don't feel a god doggone thing. He was a war criminal. He's responsible for the death of many. And I don't feel a god doggone thing for this dude. Heart maybe go out to his daughter, but it is what it is. Now, I want to go over here to here, and we're going to talk about Trump. Trump endorsed Cuomo. Cuomo is trying his best to distance himself from Trump, but he know he need Trump to silently, and Trump ain't gonna never do nothing in silence. He need Trump to endorse him, but he's gonna say, I don't accept the endorse. When deep down he's saying, yeah, I do accept the divorce, but I got to still make it seem like I'm being tough on Trump to prove to the people that I'll fight for them. He know he like Trump. This ain't nothing but WWE. Trump is Cody Rhodes and Andrew is Drew McIntyre. On TV, they fight. But behind closed doors, they're the best of friends, been friends for decades. But hey, this is kayfabe, so I got to make it look like I'm fighting against you. So when Trump tries to endorse Cuomo gonna say, no, he wants Zohan to win. Dude, you know he don't want Zohan to win. Why is he telling his Republicans to vote for you? You trying to make it seem like you're the tough guy now that you to fight against Trump. If Trump believed that, why would he vote for you? If Trump believed he can bully a politician in New York, his home city, he would pick Mandani. Because he ain't going to bully Silva. Because Silva done been in his face. Done checked Trump plenty of time. He got a love, as he said, a love-hate relationship with Trump. And likewise, Trump is going to endorse you. Why? Because he don't believe Curtis Silva has a chance, and he really do have a chance. If the Democrats split their votes, and a lot of Democrats decide to leave and vote for Cuomo and take away votes from, I wouldn't say take away, But if they decide, hey, I'm going to go with Cuomo because Cuomo did good smearing this guy, now I see him as a terrorist, which I think Mondani should sue the crap out of Cuomo for doing this mess. He has a legendary record of smearing people and talking trash about people and making people believe that this person is evil. He did it with Mayor Ed Koch with the Stop Don't Vote for the Homo, Vote for Cuomo campaign. That was that scumbag politician known as Andy Cuomo. He did it with the Cynthia Nixon thing, and her, she don't like Jews or whatever, and the lady got Jewish heritage. And now he's doing that with Mondani. So Trump decides to endorse Cuomo. MAGA is saying, dude, you should be happy. And it's going to come to a time Trump endorsement ain't going to mean crap. But now he's trying to move away from it. So the people at Ebro in the morning had Cuomo on the radio, and Ebro challenged him by saying this.
Your boy was just on 60 Minutes, Cuomo, saying that you're his guy.
Now, Ebro is saying, your boy, saying, come on, Cuomo, we know your boy is Trump. We know you and Trump friends. This grandstanding that you're going to be hard on Trump and you're going to challenge Trump. You can't do nothing against that man. That man holds most all the cards. He's the president of the United States. You're not. What the hell are you going to do of him as a mayor? You may be the mayor of the biggest city in the world, which is like a country. It's like a small country, but he's the president. How are you going to be tough on this guy? And this guy is secretly outright endorsing you, and you're trying to secretly deny the vote. You're trying to up front deny the endorsement, but secretly you saying, give it to me. Get those Republicans to vote for me because I need that because my ego can't stand it. Trump, you need me. I need to be your Joker and you need to be my Batman and vice versa because I need you to help me run for office and win the next presidential campaign and go against your guy. Now, Rosenberg over here laughing. Let's go back.
Your boy was just on 60 Minutes, Cuomo, saying that you're his guy.
No, first of
Trump said you're his candidate. If he had to pick a bad Democrat or what did he say? Or a communist. Or a communist, he's picking you.
Now let's stop this again. I have to let you know again. Calling Zohran Mondani a communist is a smear campaign. You know how I know it? Because I know a real communist. And I got a little capitalism, and I think there should be a healthy balance between capitalism and socialism to make the country great. I'm not for full-blown communism, but my buddy is, my friend is. He was like, yo, man, don't insult us like that. Madami is not a communist. He's a white nation socialist. What do you mean white nation? Denmark, Copenhagen, Amsterdam, Holland, Sweden. He's a white nation socialist. In other words, he promotes the things that make those people live longer lives. They have shorter work days. They get paid full-time pay, but work less hours. They don't have to worry about health care. They got health care, free health care. Oh, well, it's free for them, but it's coming out the dollars of the money that they're making. They have the things that America want, that the capitalists don't want us to have. But to paint him like he's Fidel Castro, like he's Stalin, to paint him with that kind of picture, it ain't it. And my friend, he literally get mad, boy. They're like, yo, man, I'd be pissed off when somebody be saying that. That dude ain't no doggone socialist. He's a social democrat, but he's not a communist. He said he's a socialist, but he's not a communist, man. Communists mean we're communing. We're taking over everything. This guy ain't doing that. He just think that the government should have some extra parts in taking care of the needs of the people. But for you to call him a communist is a slap in the face of communists. But Cuomo, along with Eric Adams, will go full-blown xenophobic, full-blown racist, condescending, arrogant, siding with Trump, with the smear talk of communist, 911, radical, down with bin Laden. He's going to be the next bin Laden. Stop with that foolishness. And now Cuomo is trying to get away from this. He's tongue-tied, y'all.
Hello?
I think that they cut him off.
Nah, Rosenberg. He had nothing to say. He know the deal. He knows secretly he need Trump endorsement. He knows secretly he wants Trump endorsement. But in public, as Hillary Clinton say, there's a private Hillary Clinton and a public Hillary Clinton. Most of the time, we don't agree at all. Publicly, I agree because I need to get that vote. I need to do whatever I can to get you to help me to gain power so I won't spend it on you. I could spend it on myself. So I got a private option and a public option. I got a private life and a public life. Privately, I need Trump to support me publicly. I hate that guy. F that guy. I hate that guy. Screw that guy. I hate him. I don't want his endorsement. God knows endorsement. God, come on, JD. Anybody to get me in that office. Because if I don't win, my career is over. It's over.
He had to rap.
He didn't have to rap.
I really wanted to hear that answer.
He can't answer. Because truth be told, he loves that endorsement. He loves that Trump is trying to get the Republicans. Because the only way he going to win is he got to get some Republican votes. Trump got to convince the Republicans not to support Sliwa, who deserves the Republican vote, and just to stop Mamdani. Trump and everybody was saying, Curtis, you're selfish. You need to drop out. No, you guys are selfish. I won my election. Go eat a bag of, I won my election. It wasn't fair and square. Do I mess with you and tell you to drop out? Do I egg you on? Do I interfere with your particular campaign? No, shut up. You can yell, you can call, you can threaten, you can offer me money, but I would say go eat a bag because I'm not quitting. And you doing this gonna make me not want to quit even more. If I had an inkling thought that came across my mind, you blowed it away, trying to control what I do with my campaign. Or if you love New Yorkers, if I love New Yorkers, I stay because I figure that somehow, some way, people are going to support me. What make you think why would I waste my time running if I didn't think I could win? Why would I waste my time running when I didn't think I could win, Michael Rappaport? You don't watch my campaign. You're not a part of my campaign. You don't know how many doors I knocked on. You don't know how many phone calls I made. You don't know who I talked to. You never sat around me. You haven't sat around Jumaane Williams. You haven't sat around Eric Adams. You haven't sat around nobody called campaign, but yet you got the nerves to talk bull and act like you know that they got a chance of winning or not. You ain't got to, man, just sit your behind down.
That's what I was going to ask you.
Ebro just got spicy.
Oh.
I heard a click before the boop.
You know why? Because you caught him off guard. The nerves of you to say that. He had no answer, no response. Response because he know it's true that he needs and he secretly wants and love that endorsement from Trump. But in public, I got to say, I don't want that guy. F that guy. Who is this guy? I can't stand this guy. Man, no. Tell Trump he can go to hell. Go to hell. I'm coming for you, Trump. You're just trying to get on my soft side. That's all, but I'm coming for you. Man, you ain't doing nothing. You gonna need Trump for the next 4 years. If somehow you win this thing, and I say the only reason they're gonna win it is the Democrats gonna rig it. They're gonna all of a sudden find a bunch of votes, and they need to do a recount. They're gonna find a bunch of votes, and this thing gonna go in Cuomo's favor, because that's how New York Democrats do. They rig votes. They have recounts. And next thing you know, the person who had no chance of winning end up winning.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, well. Your boy was just on 60.
Oh, well. Listen to Cuomo right here. So Frankie TM said, what a disgraceful way to fight an election. Instead of thanking Trump, he's still arguing about how strong he would stand against Trump. Idiot Count Cuomo. He's going to say that in private, Frankie. Hey, Frankie, he's going to say that in public because he got a peer. He's still hoping that the old Democratic base, the old 45 and up, he's hoping that especially the blacks and the Latinos, that all of them just going to ditch Zoran and go vote for him. And he hoping that he can get some Republican votes. In private, I got to act like I don't want this to, in private, I need this endorsement. But in public, I got to act like I don't like it. Listen to this fool.
What city didn't he send? We heard Donald Trump yesterday. He said if Mamdani wins, he's going to cut off funding to New York. He calls him a communist. He'll send the national.
You call him a communist, low key. You let everybody say it, and you just stand on the side and say, show you right. Yeah, no, that's right. You don't want to say it out of your mouth because you're a coward, but you just gonna let everybody say it for you, and you just say, See what Cuomo today is? He's being amused. He's hiring people to do the things that he cannot do because he need that Republican vote and the disenfranchised Democratic vote, the black Democrat vote, some Latino Democrat votes. He got to have the elderly Democratic vote. He's counting on these people to come out for him. So on paper, or in public, he's like, yo, this guy's going to take this from you. And I'm the only one can stop them. But secretly behind scene, him and Trump done made a deal. Hey, look, I'll work with you if you work for me. You need me to tell Sliwa people not to vote for Sliwa and vote for you? You got it. But you look, I'm gonna act like I'm your man. I'm gonna act like you my man, and I want you to win. And I'm hating this. I'm hating the communists. I hate the communists so much that I gotta do a deal with somebody I don't like, when really they always liked each other. Cuomo just a little upset that Trump got to the big time before he did. That's all. But at the end of the day, let's keep.
Guard, we need a mayor who can stand up to Donald Trump, who can get the funding.
Yep, that's right. You're a mayor that can stand up to Donald Trump. Soon as Donald Trump come to town, you're gonna pop tall and give him the salute. You can't salute somebody the proper way without standing straight up, chest high, back in, butt cheek sucked in, and you giving them the 10 salute. That's the only standing against Trump you gonna do, Cuomo. Is Trump coming down, you gonna stand in recognition of him and in reverence of him, because one day you want to be in his shoes. And I know you don't like that he got to the White House before you did, but it is what it is. It is what it is.
That New York deserves, who can make sure the National Guard does not come to New York, because we don't need the National Guard.
And what make you think Zohan can't do that? He will have the same powers that you think you got. This guy's not dumb, Cuomo. Sure, he's doing pie in the sky, freebie policies. Come and get it free. We're going to make buses free. We're going to make Uggs free. We're going to make love free. Free. Sure, but he's smart. And the same things that you think you know more or better, he probably know better than you. Now, I don't know, but the nerves for you to assume that you the only guy that's ready on day one, when the only thing you ready to do on day one is clap some young booty cheeks in your office, and the next pandemic where you can put more elderly people next to the people with a pandemic sickness and you kill them off.
We heard Donald Trump yesterday. He said if Mamdani wins, he's going to cut off funding to New York.
Just scare the people.
He calls him a communist. He'll send the National Guard. We need a mayor who can stand up to Donald Trump.
In other words, you need to be scared out your wits. Oh, let's have a meeting over there 9/11, and let's talk about how bad Mamdani is and how this socialist, communist terrorist with terror ties to Al Qaeda and Boko Haram and Key and Peele and Pinky in the Brain and all that, and how he's so dangerous, and we don't need another 9/11. If he's in charge, we're going to get a 9/11 for sure. But if you put me in charge, I'm ready on day one. Yeah, I bet you are ready on day one. Fill some woman up.
Who can get the funding that New York deserves, who can make sure the National Guard does not come to New York, because we don't need the National Guard, and I can stand up to Trump.
Like this guy can't do it. Like you the only one can do it. And I hear the lady in the background talking about amen, amen. Girl, if you don't sit your behind down, probably some old, let me be quiet.
Dami cannot handle Trump.
How you know what this man can do? You can't handle Trump. You can't handle Trump, Cuomo. You can't. You should, but you're a disgrace just like him. You're a pathological liar just like him. You're a bigot and a racist just like him. You're a suspected white supremacist, which means you think whites should be in control and run majority everything and let people of color be like a little bit under them. That's still white supremacy. Zohan did not put elderly people in a situation by having sick people with a dreadful virus stay in the same vicinity of them, killing a lot of them off. You can try to act like you're ready on day one. See, most of those things that Cuomo did when he was a governor, especially dealing with the daily briefing of the pandemic, it looked good. It was a good show. Yet it took everybody forever for this pandemic to calm down, when this thing could have been nipped in the bud if he would just listen and stop acting like he know everything and stop being so anti-Trump. Trump gave them the order. Trump actually released from the federal government the elements needed to treat COVID early. It wasn't just hydroxychloroquine, which is a well-known FDA-approved drug that a lot of people use to deal with stomach viruses and rheumatoid arthritis people in poor nations use it to deal with tapeworms and all kind of viruses that may be in the water that can potentially harm you. They take it on a daily basis. If you look at Africa's pandemic tragedies, you'll find an area that was low on it because these people take these medicines every day. That's why they fare way better than we do, because we have to be in the pockets of the pharmaceutical industry. And Cuomo and Bill de Blasio, both of them were on the side of trying to bring money to the medical sector on purpose, ignoring drugs that was already available that could possibly treat COVID. So this guy gonna act like I'm the guy. I'm the guy. Nobody else. Still the one. I'm still number one. That's it, this guy. You think he cares? One.
That's clear. And the next mayor has to be able to handle Donald Trump. I handled Donald Trump as governor of New York.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Trump handled you. Trump handled you. Sad to say it, Trump handled you. The only thing that handled you was that nipple ring you had on when you did that press conference in a white shirt. That handled you. That was the only handle you got. Look like little handlebars on your nipples. That's the only thing you got. You tried to use this as a way to show that you were tough on Trump. Why? Because you had political aspirations to run against Trump in 2025 and 2024. That's why you tried to appear WWE, come up with the storyline, come up with the structure of the match, just so you can go into the pay-per-view, win, and get the title. That's what you did. It was all staged. It was all part of an act. Yeah, he couldn't even handle New York on his own. So many people died. Accusations came out from people within his party.
During COVID, at the hardest time, he wanted to quarantine New York. I stopped him. He said,
New York was quarantined. How you stop him? How did you stop them? We had a time limit to be outside and a time limit to be in the house for a certain time period. Then they loosened up on that. You idiots tried to do a mandate to force people to take a vaccine. It was you idiots. And threatened to take their jobs away from them. And you trying to say you're ready on day one and you're the guy with that kind of bad decisions in politics?
sent the National Guard to 20 cities. What city didn't he send them to? New York City.
Yes,
so I can handle Donald Trump. I did it once.
This dude lying through his teeth. And let's say you can't handle Donald Trump. Let's say Donald Trump will tour with you because we know you guys are friends. We know you're friends. We know you're friends. So, of course, you'll be able to handle Trump because y'all buddies. Best buds. Best buds. At the end of the day, Trump hold the cards. You don't. And always been in a position of being against Trump instead of working out something with Trump. It will get you nowhere. This guy's going to be here for another 3 years. He's not going nowhere. So wouldn't it be smart to stop being so antagonist against Trump? And look, I get it. He's worth being antagonist. He's an antagonist himself. But won't you have enough balls to stop posturing? But then again, I ain't got to worry about it because you ain't going to be mayor tonight. So, and if you are mayor, it's because the Democratic Party rigged this election.
I'll do it again.
You ain't going to do a god doggone thing again. I know what you'll do again. You put old late grandmas in a room with people with COVID. I know what you'll do again. You'll fill up the next set of staffers that you have under you. All right, guys, I'm finished. I just wanted to do this video real quick. So the election is here, and the person who's predicted to win is Mamdani. Mamdani do have some great policies, and people going to say it's Communist Party policies. They don't know what the hell they're talking about, number one. Number two, these are just basic Democratic Socialist policies that FDR implemented while we were at war. That's all. Some of do seem pie in the sky, but we give people a chance. But Cuomo shouldn't be running at all. If anything, Cuomo should be locked up in a prison. Cuomo is one of the biggest scumbag politicians that walk the face of this earth. He's an egotistical maniac, and everything's about him. He lost his race. Mamdani beat him, and he's still trying to take over this election. That's what you call authoritarian. That's what you call a tyrant. You had no valid reason to run against Mamdani. Why? Because he's Bernie Sanders. He's an Arab Bernie Sanders. And y'all are forever trying to crush those types of ideas. Y'all forever trying to crush those type of ideas. You don't want to. You don't want people to have those ideas because you figure you're going to lose your power. You want to continue to hold the carrot in front of the stick of the horse, taunting and teasing us. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. 500,000 homes. More police officers. You ain't going to do.
You ain't going to do shit, nigga. You
That's right.
ain't going to do
Shit.
That's right. You ain't gonna do nothing. You ain't gonna do nothing. You're not. You're not gonna build 500 homes, 1,000 homes. You're not. You're just saying that. You're just making these promises no different from Zohan. But at least Zohan is listening. I believe Zohan and Curtis Silva can work together to deal with the homeless situation. Silva, he don't need to drop out. Hopefully, he has a chance of beating you. I just want his numbers to be higher than you just to shut you the hell up. That's what I want. I want Sleepwell to have a higher numbers to shut you the hell up. At least he have ideas that helps the community. At least he knows, no, we have too many buildings that's already erected that just need remodeling and revitalized and refurbished to house the homeless, to house New Yorkers on a fair wage. At least he has a heart for that because he lived in a rent stabilized studio with his wife and his cats. He's not a money hog like you, taking all these donations from APAC and all these people, enriching himself. You are that type of person. You're type of person, you pay me, I'm going to give you something for the pay. Look at me. I'm Cuomo, the political hoe. That's you. That's not Stella. You couldn't buy him out. That's why Trump had to get involved with your campaign. You couldn't buy him out. You couldn't threaten him out. You got Eric Adams, though. I don't know what y'all did for him to endorse you, but I know y'all did something. And I guarantee you there's some money involved or some kind of prestige. I got a feeling that Trump probably told Eric Adams, look here, help Cuomo out, and I got a job for you. Y'all doing whatever you can to stop Mamdani from winning. This ain't even about Curtis Sliwa. But look, I want Curtis Sliwa to beat your behind in that race because at least he got ideas. You stole yours. Guys, my whole point with Cuomo, I would never, ever vote for Cuomo because I was a fan of Cuomo right around 2013, 2014, lieutenant governor, governor, worked at HUD under Bill Clinton, looked like a possible future president. Then I started to get to know who he really is. I found out when he became governor, he opened up a department that's gonna, investigate corruption. And their first candidate to investigate was him. He shut him down, crooked politician. Then he started the IDF, organization in the Democratic Party of a bunch of Republicans that he caucused with. Their sole purpose is, the people want this. I'm going to pretend to give it to the people, but I need y'all to stop me. He even said, if you can get rid of the IDF, if you got the balls to get rid of IDF, I'll push marijuana. He had to wait till a threat to get rid of IDF to push marijuana. He just couldn't push it because we signed for it on a ballot measure. He held it hostage. Likewise with the 10 PTO days. He ain't going to push that as mayor. He's not going to sign that as mayor. De Blasio said he was going to sign it. He didn't sign it. Then the smear campaign. Then killing grannies. And then rubbing up women on their fannies. This guy's a scumbag politician. And all y'all could think about is, hey, I'd rather have this sexual predator, granny killer. I'd rather have him president than a communist. You mean socialist? You mean a FDR style socialist? You mean a white Northern European socialist? Anyway, I'm Bobby Brown with the Bobby Brown. Show on the go. I'll holler at you later.